The story of my move to Vancouver Island simply can't be told without these two. This is my late Cocker Spaniel, Kalila, and Blossom, who still rules the house. They were my four-legged co-pilots through every renovation storm in Ottawa and the literal floods on our journey west. Come on, Quinn. For 40 years, Ottawa was home. But by late 2021, I knew I needed something else. I was stuck in what Eckhart Tolle calls the waiting room of the mind, waiting for my life to start while the snow outside kept piling up. I knew I didn't want to leave Canada, but I also knew I had to leave the waiting room. It took a series of small, leading to big, gritty actions to find my groove and finally get here to the island. This small ceiling project I'm going to show you was the one that started it all. So grab yourself a coffee and let's get into it. It doesn't sound right now, but at first, thoughts of moving to Vancouver Island were a little whimsical. I wasn't sure I could do it. And then I started thinking, well, if I don't do it now, I probably never will. And besides, I can always move back to Ottawa, right? So the thinking went to, well, if I want to be there, but I'm here, what do I have to do first to get there? And my first thoughts turned to my house. I needed to get my money out of my house. My house was built in 1958, and it needed refreshing. So I started with smaller projects at first. And even though that was supposed to be getting the house ready for market, what it ended up doing was it was getting me ready for the big leap. It seemed like every time I crossed something off the list, that I'm here and I want to be there kind of leap, it got closer and closer together. So this might be a little bit of an odd way of doing things, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to show you some Facebook pictures that I posted along the way of the projects that I was doing. Hi, Quinn. Anyway, one of the first things I did was I fixed the ceiling in the living room. As you can see here, there was cracks on the ceiling. It was plaster. And I didn't really want to redo the whole ceiling. So what I did was I got these tiles. They're actually pretty great. They were styrofoam and they had a little bit of flex to it because the ceiling had a cove along the edges. I wasn't really sure what I was going to be able to do, but these bent really great along the edges. That picture's sideways, so do this when you look at it. And I wasn't sure how this was going to go, right? You put some glue on them and you put them up on the ceiling, and I started in the center and worked my way out to the edges. You can see in my infinite wisdom at one point I painted the ceiling gold. And do this again. They started to look really good. I want to show you, let's see if my camera shows you. See these little pictures here in the window? There was two little girls that were living across the street from me. They were 7 and 9, and I was doing this during COVID times. And one day they put pictures of the Scottish flag, the American flag, and the Canadian flag in their window, because that's where they had been living before. And so I followed suit and I started putting pictures in my window, and soon they were answering me. I put a little sunshine and they put a sunshine, and I put flowers and they put flowers. And after a while, at least half of my window was covered in pictures. It was very cute. And as you can see, once we got to the end of this thing, it looked pretty good. Along here, it coved the way I was hoping for. I was feeling quite a little bit of a superhero. I thought I was doing this project just to get a house ready to move. But looking back, I realized it's more than that. It wasn't that I was just getting ready to change my location. It was helping me change my mind. Change isn't just about moving your body to somewhere new. It's about moving out of the waiting room of your mind. The waiting room is the space between the life you want to leave behind and the one you want to have. It can be a cage or a workshop. The waiting room is either where you stall out or where you do the quiet work that actually changes your life. The waiting room is like constantly holding out for a future that seems just out of reach. While this happens, you slowly lose touch with the present. I treated the present like dead grass because I was too busy hunting for a greener field. I wasn't just stuck, I was absent. These brown stalks aren't just dead grass. They're the old patterns I used to live by, my protective shell through the trauma. They kept me safe for a long time. But to get to something new, to get out of the waiting room, I had to be willing to cut back the old and let the survival version of me grow. Whether the grass is dead or vibrant, the ground beneath it is the same, and the roots are still there. I made it to Vancouver Island, and yeah, the grass is greener here, but I've realized something. Growth isn't just about the green. The real secret is that the lawn doesn't matter. If you haven't made peace with the dead brown stalks of your past, even the most perfect field is going to feel empty. Looking back at renovation pictures this morning, I see her, the woman with grit. And I realized she was clearing the waiting room. I moved here to lay down in the grass and to realize I'm not a work in progress anymore. I'm just here, and that is more than enough. Next time, we'll have a little look at the bathroom zhuzh that I did. Turns out being present takes a little bit of sanding and a little bit of chaos. Hope to see you then.